guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the week preceding February 26th. I don't know what date it is. I probably should have shut my shades here. It's pretty bright out. And of course, if it's bright and sunny out in the winter Minnesota, that means it's absolutely awfully cold out. It is in the teens, but it is still pretty cold. All right, I have 4 books that I want to go through for Stacking the Shelves this week. The first 2 are review books. So the first one I got for review is Blood in Moonlight by Erin Beatty. This comes out in June, and I got through NetGalley to review. And it sounds like it's kind of a historical fantasy serial killer murder mystery type of thing. At least that's kind of what I got out of it after reading it, reading the synopsis. So I'm excited to read that. I have been wanting to read Erin Beatty's other series. I think it's Trader's Kiss is the first book, or the name of the series, something like that. But I have not gotten to that, so this will be a good experience. You know, it's a way to experience her writing without going back and reading our series. I don't know. The other one I got for review is We All Fall Down by Rose Zabo. This also comes out in June, and it's the first book in a duology. And this sounds like it's kind of a urban fantasy, kind of alternate world, like takes place in an imaginary city, but during current times, and it follows 4 separate characters. Part of the reason I picked this one up is Rose Zabo wrote the book like What Big Teeth, or With Big Teeth, or something like that. I didn't give it a super high review, but it was intriguing enough that I'm very curious to see what she comes up with next. She seems like she has some pretty weird, quirky ideas. So I'm excited to see what this next story is like. Just because the previous book I read from her last year was actually pretty interesting, even though I didn't give it a great review. I'm just curious to see like where she's going with her writing. I did buy one book, and that I have right here, and that is Gina and the Big Secret by June Winnick. I am not the target audience or age for this book, but I started reading these when my son was younger, the High-Low series when my son was younger. I really like it still. This is book 8 in the series, and the last couple have featured Gina rather than High-Low. So very excited to read this, and my son won't even read this anymore. He says they're too young for him, and he doesn't find them interesting, but I still really enjoy them, so I continue to read them. So I got that. And then I did borrow one book as an audiobook from my library, and that is The Bone Spindle by Leslie Vader. This is one I had on my authors I want to read list, and it's supposed to be a kind of humorous fairy tale mashup story. So very much looking forward to that as well. With that, again, not a lot going on. I've been studying a lot for my patent bar exam. I am taking an online course. It's about 42 hours long, and I'm about 50% of the way through it. And then there is a post course as well, which is another 40 some hours. It's going to be kind of a process here for the next few months, as I've mentioned, so I've been pretty busy with that, pretty busy with work, and then we are planning to travel for spring break coming up in March, so I'm kind of excited to that. That's only a couple weeks away, and it hopefully will be the first time we've flown since COVID, so very much looking forward to just going somewhere, especially somewhere warm, because it has been so unbelievably cold here. I mean, not like it's just been consistently cold. It's not like we're at minus 30 or anything, but it's just been cold. We are supposed to warm up a little bit as we get into next week, so we should be in the 20s and 30s, which should be enough to melt the snow off the roads again. We had all the roads were nice and clean, and then we got a whole bunch of snow, so it's pretty much a big mess right now. Other than that, my son's still going to school, doing well in school. He is doing a rec league for hockey, so we've been running to some hockey games, and that's kind of nice to be able to go in and watch him play hockey again this year, which we couldn't do the last couple years. So that's good. Let me think, anything else going on? I mean, not really. I would say in general, we're pretty depressed about the whole Ukraine-Russia thing in our household. My husband in particular works with a contract house for programming in the Ukraine, so he knows a lot of people over there fairly well, and they haven't obviously been reporting to work the last couple days. And so there's some concern about that. And I also work with a lot of people internationally both in Russia and Ukraine, and nobody is happy right now, as you might imagine. So a lot of concern. I also work with a lot of people who either have come over here from Europe or have family in Europe still or whatever, and everybody's super concerned that this is going to turn into a much bigger issue. And it's really tough. I mean, I think if anything, the early days of the pandemic and still taught us that as a world, we're very dependent on each other just because of how our products and raw materials are sourced and our economy runs, and having disruption like this, apart from the fact that it's just horrible how many people are suffering, it just really disrupts the whole network of the world. So I'm sure we're going to see some hardships filtering down here, just like we did in the pandemic, and we're still dealing with a lot of raw material and sourcing issues. So anyways, I guess my thoughts are with all the people that are dealing with this directly, and hopefully the conflict can come to an end pretty quickly. It would be nice. It never should have started, so who knows. Yeah, other than that, that's all I'm really going to say. As I said, these are going to be pretty short because I just have a lot going on right now. So I hope you got a lot of great books this week, and all that. I do try to post videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays. This next Wednesday will be a best books of February. I hope you guys enjoyed the Lovecraft influenced books that I went through last Wednesday. And with that, again, hope you got a lot of great books and that you have a great week of reading ahead of you. And I will talk to you on Wednesday. Bye.